Hello, everyone. We're going to run a quick video to go through the CWE software, the three bots that we have. I'll share a little bit of my results. So this video is going to be more for new people that just got started or people that have been trading for a little while, not so much for prospects. Although if a prospect is watching this, understand there's no guarantees as to returns or results. And even if you're not a prospect and you're already in, there's still no guarantees as to returns and results. But I just want to go through this and kind of share the philosophy that I've started to develop as I've learned how to trade with these bots over the last 60 days or so. Obviously, one of the big selling points of the CWE bots and software is our bots only perform trades. They don't do any withdrawals or anything like that. So we control our Bitcoin 100% of the time. It sits in our own personal exchange accounts, and we have access to our Bitcoin at all times. And the software never can initiate a withdrawal of our software. The three main bots we'll talk about, and I'll go through some of the newer ones that are coming out soon as well. But the hybrid bot's the first bot I want to kind of share with you guys. That's where we buy and the bot does the selling for us. It'll factor in our judgment and decisions and directions, and it carries out trades according to our instructions, whether we set stop losses, the price that we wanted to execute the trade at, stop profits. If you think a coin's going to go up, 8, 9, 10%, you can set a stop profit at 8, 9, 10, or 10%, and make sure that it takes nothing less than that percentage of profit. It'll still sell only when positive, so it's not gonna take a loss unless you manually force it to. And this bot is mainly for intermediate to expert cryptocurrency traders. I've gotten some great recommendations from people in my organization that are professional traders. And I've done some of my own choosing on these, and I haven't done near as well as my professional traders have done. So I'll kind of share some of those results with you as well. The next bot we want to go into is the HPSI. That's where the bot does the buying and selling for us. It deals with all the other cryptocurrencies that are in your exchange. If you're with Binance or Bittrex, it'll trade between several different altcoins. It's automatically going to choose 15 altcoins, kind of the bigger market cap altcoins, and it'll trade between Bitcoin and those altcoins. This historical transaction statistics are on the site, cryptoworldevolution.trade. This is suitable for all types of traders with or without experience. However, the HPSI operates with high risk and high reward depending on market conditions. So you will want to start to understand what's going on in the marketplace and when you should be cranking up your HPSIs and when you should be backing them off and pausing them a little bit. And I'll go through that as well. The last bot's the win-win. That buys and sells for us. It trades solely between Bitcoin and USDT, also known as Tether. It's basically tied to the US dollar. It's very effective and efficient. It's suitable for all traders with or without experience. It's the most easy bot to set up and manage. And the risk with this bot is lower than all other trading bots we offer. Because we're in cryptocurrency, obviously it's still speculative. There's no guarantees. There's going to be risk involved. This bot is way less aggressive, and so there's going to be less risk, but there's also less reward a lot of times with this bot. But if you utilize the three bots together at the right times, you can certainly maximize your returns if you know what you're doing. And that's kind of the philosophy I want to share with you guys, and hopefully we can maximize our returns. The different levels of packages we have, the trade package, obviously $500, that'll allow us to trade up to $2,500 at one time. We can utilize the hybrid and the HPSI bots. We don't have access to the win-win bot for the $500 pack. It's called the trade pack. It'll trade all the cryptocurrencies. We can use the different exchanges. It's a license for 365 days. And then every week, there's an invoice for our profits of 20%. So they'll invoice us. Half of that, of our 20% of profits goes to the company. The other half feeds into what we call our forced matrix. So folks that are involved in team building and managing and training organizations and building big teams, they can actually make a percentage off of the trading profits for their entire organization. So that can be extremely lucrative as well. The next package is the Trade 8 package. That's our best seller. It's only $2,000 for that. You can trade up to $10,000. That includes all three of the bots, the hybrid, the HPSI, the win-win, and the future bots that are coming. And I'm going to give those real quick. It is a year license as well. The 20% commissions are charged every week. If you don't make any profits, you don't pay anything. If you make a net profit, you send in 20%. My goal is to send in thousands or tens of thousands of dollars a week. which means my trading bots are going really well, and I'm having to send in a little percentage of my profits. The 3 new ones that are going to be coming soon, there's 2 more win-win bots. One is going to trade Bitcoin and Ethereum, and the other win-win bot that's coming out soon will trade Bitcoin and Dash. The third bot deals in computer power hash, where you can actually purchase computer power using a bot, and it will buy the power. It will mine using that power. It'll mine Bitcoin, Ethereum, Zcash, and you can tell it where you want the coins to be sent to as it's mining. And if it's mining and mining and mining, and then some other company comes in and wants to buy that power, and it's profitable, the bot will sell the power at a profit. And so, and then it'll buy more. If you keep it left on, it'll buy more power, start mining, and then try and sell that power for a profit, and then buy more. And so those are the newer bots that are coming. Those will all be included into the Trade 8 package. So what I want to do is go into the philosophy a little bit and some of the results that I've been able to experience. If you look at the bots when I started trading December 28th, the results, the market was really nice. So everything was coming up green for me, and that's no guarantees it'll always come up green for everybody. But honestly, when I first started, the conditions in the market were really good for the HPSI bot. That's the bot that you're seeing here from the 28th here to the 2nd. Nothing but winners, which was great. You know, I was sitting here trading my first few weeks. I was lighting it up. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just turned on these bots and let them go, and they were rocking and rolling, and I was increasing my Bitcoin in a big, big, big way. Then if you fast forward, I'm going to show you one of the bots that I started up. It literally was on January 5th at night. It'll show kind of on the 6th here in the software because they kind of run on Madrid time, UTC time. But you can see on January 6th, the bot came on, nothing but winners. January 6th, all winners, really good marketplace, market conditions. January 7th, same story, you know, nothing but winning going on. January 8th, same story. The 9th, the 10th, nothing but winning. And the 11th was great. And then here we go, the 12th. Those of you that have been around the cryptocurrency world for a while understand that in mid-January, we had a bit of a crash. I guess it'd be more than a bit. We had a pretty massive crash. And so you can see I forced this bot to make a sale. It won't sell it on its own, so I forced it to take a loss out of these positions. And I kept trading off and on with HPSI bots through the entire month of January and through a lot of February. And I ended up with a lot of trades that I used or sold. And so what I've learned is no matter what the market condition is, you can trade our other bots fairly well. The hybrids, where you pick your own coin, you can do really well if you know what you're doing. And I want to show you, I got recommendations that I followed, and any green trade here was a recommendation that was followed by me from a professional trader, someone in my organization that knows how to read charts and knows how to pick coins. If you see a red, that was me picking my own coin. I stopped doing that not too long ago. I learned my lesson. I'm not quite ready to pick my own coins in here. So I just use recommendations from the pros. And moving forward, that's all I'm going to do with the hybrid bot until I really learn my stuff. The other bot that I started to trade, it just came available on Binance, is the win-win bot. And if you look at the win-win bot, I started up a few of them. It uses 0.175 Bitcoin to trade. And these are brand new win-win bots. And they just started today. This was the first day we could start them up. You can see that they're just getting going. The downside with the win-win bot is it's not very aggressive. It's not gonna risk a lot at one time. It's not gonna return a lot at one time. So what I've realized is when you look at some of the bots that the crash really hit, January 12th, these bots started getting hammered. January 13th, I was getting coins that got hammered. January 13th, January 14th. So while this crash was going on, my friend was trading the win-win, and I want to share how his win-win did over that time period. And even over the full time period, the win-win, he sent me some screenshots. Used to be available only with Bittrex. I couldn't get a Bittrex account. They wouldn't. They weren't accepting new clients. Actually, December 15th, they stopped accepting new clients. And over the last few days, they've just now opened back up, and you can actually apply for a Bittrex account, which is great. But right now, the win-win's available on Binance, so it's great for everybody. But from December 3rd, there was 134 entries. And if you look at all these trades on the win-win bot, right through the January crash, it was closing out the 11th, win, 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 the 13th, win, the 14th, win. While my HPSI bot was getting hammered, the win-win bot was living up to its name, and it was winning. Now, it wasn't winning a lot, but it was protecting the Bitcoin that people had. And the only, out of 134 executed trades, the only one that you'll see red is the newest one. And no guarantees, but it's fairly likely that that thing is probably, since this screenshot, already closed out and is green now, and it's moved on to the next trade and the next trade and the next trade. So the pending one is red. Every other trade, 133 of 134 trades completed, green. Now, if you really want to maximize our bots, the idea is to figure out when to play the HPSI. Because obviously, when I first got started, playing the HPSI in the late month of December, the early month of January, it was literally winning non-stop. Everything was showing up green, and the returns are pretty aggressive. And what I did with my, and no guarantees, this is my deposit account in my Binance. And if you add this up, it's, rounding up, let's call it 0.57 Bitcoin. That's what I totally invested in my lifetime into my Binance account. And because of those bots and the trading that was done, I have 0.72 Bitcoin, a little more than 0.72. So I'm still up, even through a pretty horrible market crash. That's the good news. The bad news is those bots in these December and early January part of the month had actually taken this amount up to over 1.2 Bitcoin. So it had returned me quite a bit more than you see here, but the crash hit me pretty good. Now, if I would have, I guess, known then what I know now, when I saw the bots turn on me on January 12th, let's say, I started to see some downturn. What I would have done is I would have sold out, paused my HPSI, and turned on the win-wins and left my coins in win-wins to protect my Bitcoin. I might have gone down from 1.2 to 1.1 at those sellouts, but the win-win actually would continue with the results. There's no guarantees, but the win-win would have continued over the last 60 days. It would have increased my Bitcoin amount. No guarantees, but looking at my buddies win-win, it would have definitely increased my Bitcoin amount. Even if it would have just held it steady, I would have been great. But to increase it is even better. Now, the downside with the win-win is it doesn't increase it very aggressively. The reason behind that is because it trades against Tether. So 134 entries over basically December, January, and a little chunk of February, most of February. And there's only 134 trades. My HPSI bot over the same amount of time executed over 3,000 trades. So this is why I'm excited, very excited about the Bitcoin and Ethereum win-win and the Bitcoin and Dash win-win. They run on the same functions, the same scripts, the same programming as the Bitcoin and Tether, but they're going to do it with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they're going to do it with Bitcoin and Dash. And what Ethereum and Dash are going to do that Tether does not is they're going to move. They're going to move up and down quite a bit. And so the testing is showing a lot more trades. Now, we can't guarantee anything, but I tell you what if I put on a win-win and over the same time period, instead of 134 entries and 133 wins, what if it was 890 entries and 889 wins? Now, again, there's no guarantees, but I'm developing my philosophy around history. It doesn't guarantee that the future will continue along as the past has gone, but the history can be a fairly decent way to predict what might happen in the future. And so if I'm right in my philosophy of, hey, I think the win-wins are going to continue to perform, I believe the HPSIs here in March or maybe in April, the marketplace will be right. When it is, I'll jump out of here and I'll jump into my HPSIs aggressively, because the returns that I was able to realize in December and early January have offset all of the losses that I took in mid to late January and through February, when the market conditions were pretty rough for traders. And so that's kind of a basic explanation of the three bots that we have, a little bit on the three bots that are coming out, and a little bit on the philosophy that I've started to develop to protect my Bitcoin, to increase my Bitcoin. And, you know, a lot of people can really do well if they understand how to utilize the bots that we have. It's going to take a little education, a little bit of knowledge, but that's what we're here to give, is some education and knowledge so people can make educated decisions. They're not guaranteed decisions, but the bottom line is the best decisions are always made with the most information. And the more information we can get into your hands, the more you can learn about the philosophies behind the bots, the better you're probably going to do in the end. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. Let's go out and manage these bots, and let's go out and increase the amount of Bitcoin that we have, so we can literally experience a lot of the rise in the cryptocurrency revolution that's going to happen in 2018. Have a great rest of your day, and best of luck trading to each and every one of you.